Hello, my name is Emma McGrath and welcome to the Settled in Motion podcast, where we discuss topics based around my recent song titles. For this first episode, I've spoken to Jay Chakravorty. Jay has been part of my band for the past few years. He writes music, he plays music, and he's an all-round nice guy. This is Say Something, episode 1. So talking's pretty hard, right? It can be pretty hard for lots of different reasons.
Yeah, I think I used to be much worse at it. I think definitely not for everyone, but for me, it's got easier as I got older. Maybe it's because I care less. Maybe it's just like or maybe it's because I care more. Like, I have a thing now where I tell my friends, like, you know this because we do this all the time. I tell my friends that I love them, like, all the time.
Yeah.
I have no qualm about saying those words. And I know loads of people do. They're like, it's a really special thing that should only be like for a certain few people. I love a whole load of people and I want them to know. And
love can mean so many different things.
Exactly.
Like, there's loads of different types of love.
Yeah.
So when we're a band and we're together, we tell each other we love each other all the time.
Yeah. And
do.
like, exactly. And it totally makes sense to me. And I feel like that's a thing I have got into doing, like, probably in the last 5-6 years. I don't think I was doing that like 10 years ago.
That's a really good one. I think I started doing that more with my dad, especially because I feel like, you know, dads are not as like emotionally with it as mums, or they are, but it's not acceptable.
Yeah,
they're the strong ones. They're the strong ones.
See,
right?
in my family, my dad is like super. He just tells us he loves us all the time. Like, that's never been a problem in my family. But like with my friends, it became a thing like five or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Really
I think after a while you start to realize that the people you hang out with, you've chosen to hang out with. Like, I don't hang out with anyone that I don't want to, because I'm too old to be put into. And I have a job that I like and do a thing that I like doing, so I get to choose exactly who I hang out with all the time. And
which is super lucky.
Yeah, it really is. And I only want to hang out with people that, you know, I like or love.
Have you purposely tried to build your life to a point where you can kind of surround yourself with people that you love?
Yeah, totally. I curate my life, every aspect of it, to make it easy and fun. Like,
easy and fun.
They're the two things I really like. So for ages, that meant like path of least resistance, which meant that I had a series of just really shitty jobs that I hated. But easy and fun that's not what that means. Like, I've put in loads of effort to make it easy and fun now.
Easy, like easy on your brain. Like, it doesn't make you think, oh, I shouldn't be doing this.
Exactly.
I should be doing something that is making me happy or something like that. Easy in that respect.
Yeah. I mean,
although I suppose everything music you're kind of like amazing at, so it's probably all easy to anyway.
That's very kind. It's not true. I find everything difficult. But
you always find a way through.
Exactly.
Well, to all my problems that I've ever given you.
So yeah, I don't know. I have no problem in talking now. There's like, so when you told me what this was going to be about, there was like one thing that absolutely sprang to mind, a thing that I wish I'd said and didn't at the time. The problem with it is, it's really sad.
Oh no.
Like, I think it's really sad. It's like, it's one of my biggest regrets type things.
Yeah.
And I've got no problem sharing it. I don't know how sad you want this thing to be.
I kind of want it to be a podcast that can show people that you can talk about anything with the right people. Obviously, You've got to choose the right people. So, you know what? If you want to share it, because nothing's too sad. If you've been through it and you got through it, then, you know.
Yeah, and it definitely
offload it to someone else. It always helps to offload it.
And it definitely made me learn some things. Not necessarily about like saying stuff. I mean, I guess saying stuff when it hits you, but also like totally being able to forgive younger you for being not brave enough or whatever. Yeah. Which is...
Forgiving yourself is a really good thing.
Ugh, it's huge.
I know as a kid, and not so much now, but I used to obsess over things that I'd said, and I'd be like, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, me too.
And stress about it all the time.
Yeah.
Even if I'd like walked down the corridor in school and like smiled at someone, but I thought it was a weird smile, I'd be like, they're gonna think I'm a weirdo forever.
I am exactly the same. Also, like I feel like I have slightly weird mannerisms, or like I find weird things funny sometimes, and I just assume that other people are gonna find the same things funny. So I've been in like public situations and just said something that has eaten me up for years afterwards.
Oh my God.
I still remember, like, I went into a bank when I was like 19, I must have been, and I didn't do or say anything like particularly odd. Everything I said was in like a really weird, it was a really weird thing that would have made my friends laugh. And then I realised, shit, these people don't know.
They don't know who I am.
Exactly, they don't know who I am at all. They don't know like
my little things.
So,
in-jokes.
Yeah, exactly. It's a series of in-jokes that no one but me gets. And I still think about it sometimes and just think, what the fuck are you playing at?
That's amazing. Oh my God.
So yeah, I have a large capacity for regret.
So, back to your sad story then.
Yeah. So this is like
the
one time, like as soon as you said it, this is the thing that sprang to mind, and it was so my grandmother, my English grandmother, was dying, and I was I want to say, shit, how old was I? 16, 17 maybe. It was before I went to uni, so yeah, maybe 16, 17. My sister had gone off to uni, and my parents are split up. My mum and dad are split up, and I've got an English mum and an Indian dad. So my grandmother in this country is my English grandmother from my mother's side.
I've got you.
Yeah, it was complex. So me and my dad went to the hospital to see her, and it was like, it felt like it was the last time. It was, in fact, the last time we saw her before she died. And she had tubes in her throat and she couldn't speak. And we went in and we were just like sitting with her. And this is like years after my parents split up. And the nurse came in and she was like reading meters and taking her pulse and all sorts of things nurses do. And she just looked up at me and my dad and said, are you friends or family? And before I could say anything, my dad just went, friends. And it was killer because she couldn't speak, but she was so clearly going, no. Like, no. And yeah, exactly. And I didn't have I wasn't brave enough at that age to be like, family, definitely family. And it was like one word would have given this dying woman the thing that she clearly wanted. And I felt awful, and I really resented my dad for that for a long time. Wow. And I think about it like all the time. It's my huge big regret that I couldn't have just said like one word that is true that would have made this woman feel like she like mattered to us.
That's amazing. One word, literally one word.
I literally could have just said family. Like, even after my dad had said friends, and it would have embarrassed my dad, but honestly, what's worse? And I chose the easy option, which was just not saying a word.
But you're probably also afraid, because it's not a situation that everyone goes through every day, is it?
Yeah, true. So it's like, it's a bizarre situation. It's kind of a sad situation, obviously, because, you know, it was clear that she was very ill. But I don't know, like, all the times I've beat myself up about it, which has been, you know, a whole load.
Yeah.
I've been like, if you weigh up the embarrassment it would have caused me, the pain it would have caused me, the embarrassment it would have caused my dad, like, none of that even slightly comes close to the comfort that I could have given her by just saying,
of course, yeah,
the one thing. So that's like a big thing that informs a lot of what I do and say now.
I was literally going to ask if that kind of has influenced how you go about tricky situations now. If you're in a position where you have something on your mind and like you're like, oh, I think I need to say this. Do you more often than not just say it now, just in case? Yeah,
I think so. There's like, I genuinely think that kindness is like the most important thing. Even And I've, fallen down on this so many times, and not been as kind as I could have, because obviously I'm a person and I'm not infallible.
Not perfect.
Exactly. But yeah, I genuinely think that like being kind and saying the kind thing, even when you're in a shitty situation, is like super important, paramount to me now. So I do, yeah, it's definitely made me really aware of like, not just saying the right thing, but like how the other person is experiencing the same moment as you. Because like for me, for my dad, he experienced that moment in one way. For me, I experienced that moment one way. And for my grandmother, she experienced that moment in a horrible, completely different way. Yeah. So
yeah, of course.
Just being able to put yourself in other people's position.
Sympathising with people.
Yeah. Something
kind of thinking about what they might want to hear or what they might not want to hear. It's like when you're giving someone comments on, I don't know, their music or anything in life. Like you want to think about how you're going to affect
tread carefully, like exactly. Really tread carefully. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons I do not play my music to people until it's finished.
Like, Jay, your album's amazing.
Yeah, that's all I want. I don't want the truth. I want someone to tell me that I'm very good.
Literally, because I don't care if you don't think it's not good, because I'm not doing it again.
Exactly. I'm like a weird combination of massive ego and really fragile ego. So,
but I also would like to think I'm very good at taking criticism. Would you like to think you're good at taking criticism?
I'd like to think it, but I know I'm not.
You like to but you're not.
I would love to think that I'm good at it, but I am not. No.
Okay, I know what to stay clear of now in future jobs that I give you.
I mean, I like to know parameters, and I like to know whether I'm doing like a good job. So if in like in a session-y type situation, if someone gives me a thing to come up with and play, if I play it and I'm not doing what they want, absolutely say like, oh, that's not what I want. This is more like what I want. Do you know what?
That's what I love about our band, especially because I haven't got time for... Well, I have got time. I've got loads of time. But I can't be bothered to deal with people that can't... that take what I say and kind of turn it around like it's being offensive or something like that.
Yeah, like an attack rather than...
Yeah, literally. Because I want to feel, especially in like a creative environment and when you're surrounded by your friends, you want to feel like you're supported.
Yeah, exactly.
And you want to feel safe to be able to say stuff like, oh, do you know what? Can you play that note a little bit differently? Or
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the whole point of that is like, you're in charge. Like we're doing this for you, like when we play in your band. So if you tell us that it's not right, the opposite is well, the opposite is also true. Like sometimes you'll just be like, do that thing that you do here, and that's fine. Like Hannah is amazing at harmonies. So if you can just say to Hannah like, oh, just do a sing here, do what you do here.
This is turning into us all just talking about each other.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we're really good at that.
So yeah,
but it was very good listening to your kind of views on say something as a topic and at times in your life and stuff like that. Thank you very much for coming on my podcast. When's your album out, Jay?
Well, it's out in February next year now. I know, it's just got pushed back.
And I've already got it on my phone.
Yes, you do. But yeah, it's out in the world next year.
But thank you very much. It's been a splendid chat.
Yes, thank you for having me.
And I hope you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it. I always like to talk. I like talking about stuff.
I love talking, isn't it? We probably could have carried on for a lot longer, but
I've got so much more to say.
Oh no! Have you actually?
I mean, I could totally talk more about it.
We could do another episode. Maybe we should do a band one.
Oh, I would love that.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I would love that. That would be great.
Right.
I mean, it will just be us talking to each other about how great we are.
Being like, oh my god, John, you're so amazing.
I know. I mean, that's exactly
your voice is like gold. So, hope you enjoyed it, everybody listening. If you haven't listened to the song yet, basically this is... Go listen to the song, thanks, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. I didn't need to say that, did I?
You can tag it all on the end, like you can record all this at the end.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just winging it. Until next time, goodbye, everybody. Say something straight from